Go Pink! It's Team Rocket! There he is.
All right, guys. Hold up. You gave me some word. I know, right? Uh-oh. Everybody got to communicate.
No, it's a watch.
Really good. It picks up.
It picks up your thoughts even.
Next question. That's a good question. Thank you. Gotcha. All right, I'm on this around. Guys, welcome. Well, you should probably say welcome to us, right? You live in Albuquerque? No?
Yeah. You know where you're at. Good.
Cleveland.
Are you serious? Spell it. Hey, remember you type or text on Siri and it has like no periods and everyone's like, you have bad grammar. I'm like, I already have bad grammar, so what's the difference? You gotta talk to like Siri. I'm like, Siri, and then you're like, question mark. And it doesn't come off that way. You talk for a quick second and then it like changes into something.
She doesn't ever understand.
No, it's a guy. I have a guy. Yeah, they do. You change it. You're like, what are you wearing? It's like,
I tried to do Australian and they still didn't understand me.
I had the Australian Siri for a while.
Yeah, but they don't even understand me, so.
Do questions and answers, guys. I thought, if I don't know how you all going to line up or ask questions, but I got some stickers. If you all ask some questions, you guys can grab them.
You can take them out of your pocket before you give them.
Free sticker. You all, for any question for anyone and everyone, I want one of those cards. Go green. Stick them like I do. What is it? Stick it on your places or faces. Throw them in your parents' faces. Whatever, you know. Yes.
You have a question here for us?
Is it true that you were written off of the show as the Green Ranger and they got so much mail wanting you back that that's why you came back as the White Ranger?
Yeah, that and Savon was like, oh man, this is a popular character. No, but it's true. I left Cybertron. So I was excited to leave because like Cybertron was right next door. It's where they filmed, I don't know, you all can Knight Rider or
No, we're on VR Troopers, yeah.
yeah, so I filmed Cybertron and then, you know, then Brad Hawkins was supposed to be the White Ranger and then they were doing this whole who's gonna be the next White Ranger thing and then we said, wait a second. You know, people were calling Fox and, you know, the kids were like, you guys were like all on strike and weren't getting eat, and they got really bring them back. And I never realized this until I saw a little, I don't know, kids, what are your kids' favorite shows? You know, or,
Ninjago. Yeah,
someone lost their powers, the Wizard of World, the whatever it was.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah, yeah, Jenna likes it. I think I was at a con. We were at a con. Someone lost her powers, and she was so sad. And I looked at her, and I remember she was like, "Oh, she was really sad." And I can imagine when the Green Ranger lost his powers. I mean, my idea was like, "Let's kill him, because that'd be cool." That's what my was like. All right, well, anyway, that'd be cool as well. But anyway, yeah, it did happen. Spawn just said, "Do you want to be the White Ranger or VR Troopers?" And so glad you're Brad Hawkins would be there right now.
We have a very new fan of the Power Rangers who wants to ask you guys a question.
We need to put him on the spot there. Question?
You get a sticker? You get a sticker?
How come you guys didn't get your sticker?
Look, you can do glasses now.
No, he had a question last night and
Would you like to ask a question?
sure. He wanted to know, do you guys still beat all the bad guys?
Do we still beat all the bad guys? Chico.
Yeah. Yes. Do you all know what it's, ask her what
He's
it is?
so nervous, he loves you guys so much.
Yes, we still fight bad guys, I think. His favorite monster is the cheetah machine. Rocky just wants to have fun. So, y'all know what that is? What is it? What is it? Quick. What's a pachinko machine?
It's a Japanese like pinball machine
Oh,
game.
whatever it is, whatever. It's a Japanese pinball machine. Yeah, pretty much. We still fight the bad guys. But here, you want a sticker, buddy? Yeah, here. Come on, bro. The mic just floating around somewhere? Or? Oh, okay.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys collect any of your toys by chance?
Yeah, I have quite a few things actually, but what I do with them is like I have contests with my, I have a bunch of different toys and stuff, and I have contests that I do on Twitter and stuff like that, and giveaways and stuff. I think Jason does stuff like that too.
Yep. I collect a lot of different stuff. Like I went to San Diego Comic-Con just to grab my hand full of like 10 collectible morphers. I was there to promote Super Mega Force, but I believe it. I was like at the booth saying, hey, you all have, can you hook me up with like 10 or something? And I had to get one at it. They're like, well, we can only hook you up with like 3. And I was like, are you kidding me? I do have lots of stuff. Got her a few collectible things. We don't want to talk about. But,
I don't have very much at all. I was just saying to Steve, I have to go and buy some more stuff. Because I got nothing. I have a barrette, and that is about it. Other than he stole a few things from me.
I didn't steal it. That was given to me, guys.
Right.
So you acquired them.
Yeah,
Acquired.
it's
Sticker.
bigger.
How are you?
Right there.
Of the different weapons that you guys got to use, which one was your favorite?
We're all, it's funny because when we were on the original show, we ran out of morphers, no lie. Like Mark Richardson, he's like that. We ran out of props and he just went to local Toys R Us and we just used them. So we actually used them. We did. The morphers, like my original morpher, they're like, dude, it looks like a toy. I'm like, it is. It's just-
Yeah, but actually, I remember the morphers that we had were actually the Japanese ones. They said Jew Ranger on them. They didn't say Power Rangers on them and stuff. So that's the ones that we had from the show. The ones that could go out like that.
Catherine, name all your weapons.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. I know, I like the bow. I really don't remember. I'm so sorry.
The Blue Ranger had the bow, and then the Red Ranger had the sword. But I never used the
20
sword.
years ago. Come on. I'll go and watch the episodes again. I did like the bow though. I had a bow.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from comics, trust me. I was there saying, like, what about this and what about that? So I would stick to the easy, Dragon Dagger and the Saba. But those props, I had the original Dragon Dagger. You guys make so better props now. Like, I mean, nothing against the prop master, but it was 20 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
stuff we see.
The Saba that was on the show was like,
Like,
yeah, it was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
Yeah, Anakin makes really good ones. Yeah. But the Saba that was on the show was like, it was like weird. It was like it didn't even have a sharp blade. It was just like back, like only like.
That's what I used on. I wish I got that on Super Mega Force. Huge Saba sword. It's all rubber plastic, but what you do now. Whoa. It was funny on Super Mega Force. They had lockdown on those morphers because I wanted to like check them out. And they were lockdown, like security guards, like lock them into like lock them into like a silver case and then carry them. And, dang, they never these guys. They were like loaded in the brakes truck and everything. A few things though. Why don't you tell them about your Facebook page or your Instagram or whatever else real quick? So people can ask you about following you. Or...
Absolutely, yeah. Facebook is Steve Cardenas fan page, and Instagram is Steve Red Ranger. It's pretty easy to find.
So there's a few other people that post pages that obviously is not us. So you heard legit. Those are your only two pages you have, right?
Yeah, and Twitter too. And I have a personal one too, but
Let's give your phone number.
Captain Sullivan official fan page. I don't have Instagram or Twitter or any of those things.
That's
I'm
the
not
same
quite
thing.
on up to date with the social media stuff.
Hey, I've been pretty hard on social media, but I learned a lot. Like when I first started, everyone would say I was really green at social media. Like, no, it's funny, really green at it. He did. My manager, my fight manager said that. I was like, haha. But now I remember this Jason and Frank's official fan page, and then Twitter and Instagram's all the same, JDFFN. People ask what the FFN stands for. A long time ago, everyone said Purely Frank Nation, like some of my fans. I don't say that anymore, but still, that's what the FFN stands for. So, but you can check that out too and stuff. And then a little later, we'll talk about a few things we got going on this year. I got the reality show going. And then, y'all see the White Ranger versus Scorpions? Oh, who didn't though? Oh, really? You didn't see the alternative version. I don't think I saw it. Where the blood comes out of my helmet tank, like, oh my god, like, it was so cool, man. But anyway, those are things that people ask about. We have fake pages or people that post, so those are official. So you heard it here. You heard it here. So.
Yes.
You know how Power Rangers is based on the Japanese TV show, right? There's like, after Super Mega Force, there's like, Saban has at least, stands for at least 2 years, I think.
For Super Mega Force?
After Super
And
Mega
after that, yeah.
There's currently right now, there's a new dinosaur thing show. If you guys were asked by Saban to come back for like a whole season, like how Jason did Dino Thunder, would you
do it?
Would you do it?
Wait, there's Power Rangers used to be a Japanese show?
Funny, I didn't know when I first came out though. Like I was like, that's brilliant. They're like, that's old footage. I'm like, what? I didn't know what Power Ranger was when I auditioned. They said Zordon and the Green Ranger, and I thought it was gonna be a Green Ranger, like a Green Forest Ranger.
Yeah, but it wasn't even called Power Rangers when you first started, right?
Well, I originally got the script called Phantoms.
Yeah, it's called Phantom.
But I'm sure all these guys would go back if it was a cool story. It was just the storyline. It's really what it was. I mean, that's the only reason. It was just the storyline. Like you have to, there's only a certain amount of time for the story. So, we've all done shows and series, and it's just trying to fit everyone in with like a 20-minute, really a 24-minute episode, which is too hard. And you got families and flying to New Zealand and doing all this other stuff. I'm not anti. I'm just saying originally that's it's just my perspective of reading the script because I was a leader, Tom, so I had a good little thing in it. But I think just trying to fix everyone and trying to make it like some didn't
They
have
should have
lines.
made it over several
Well, yeah.
episodes. It shouldn't have just been one episode. It's just too much. Yeah.
Some of the guys didn't have lines and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
some of them
not-
just took their helmets off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure something was good.
Sweet, so I just have to say this was like my favorite lineup out of all you guys. I love this lineup of Power Rangers. This question is for Steve and Catherine. What was it like replacing or being the next Power Rangers in line? Was it scary for you guys? Did you have a big role to fill? How do you guys feel about that?
I didn't know, like Steve, we didn't really know we were replacing anybody at the time. Power Rangers hadn't really, I think it might have just started airing in Australia when I auditioned, so I had no idea what it was. I just knew I had to do a martial arts routine, which I always say I hope never surfaces because it's very embarrassing. And then I watched an episode before I came over, so I knew kind of what it was about. And then once I was cast, they told me I was replacing Amy. And I think it's always intimidating when you're replacing someone so popular. But her and I were very different characters, very different people.
You don't do social media.
So yeah, I think they did a good job making us very different, and we both brought different things to the show. So yeah, Steve.
Yeah, she didn't yell Tommy all the time. Tommy! Not all the time. I mean, that's all she would say. Tommy! Yeah, she would yell Tommy all the time.
Yeah, I guess I didn't do that.
Not as much. All her lines were like reading. I'm waiting for Steve's answer so he can say it, and I'll be like, yeah, I was so excited when you came.
Actually, everybody really was cool, because I was nervous about that. When I first found out I was replacing the Red Ranger, that was like, I was like, man, that's crazy, I didn't realize he was gone, And but Jason was like the first one. He's like basically threw his arm around. He's like, dude, come on, man, I'm gonna show you like around the whole set and everything like that. So he was really cool, and everybody really embraced us. So I was very happy about that. And the one thing I knew was gonna be hard. Like we went to Australia to do the movie, and Power Rangers had only just aired in Australia, so it was like all Jason on there. And when people would come to the set to like watch us, they're like, who's this guy? So I think we get a lot of upset people, but. Over time, everybody kind of accepted it, so I was happy about that.
I was happy because he's a legitimate black belt. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, he's got credentials. You can search his credibility. I always give him credit for being a great black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very tough, and he came to my school, rode with everybody, tapped everybody out like a black belt should. And he did really good. So I was happy when he came because he had martial arts experience, like credentials. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, but people say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, and you can't track. Everybody tracked my credentials, and then you can look at his credentials, where he trained, who he's trained with. There's just no question about it. That's what I was excited about. He did a lot of cool flips too. I don't know how he did it. His heavy boots, like I had to wear ninja tabbies. Like I used to watch him just backflip in those like combat dog wannabe dog markings. Yeah, I try that to keep my face. I need the head. It's just in my head.
And your hair must have weighed a lot too.
Yeah, right. We passed the mic.
My question is, what was the toughest morphing sequence that you had to learn? Was it Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, or in your case, Jason, Dino Thunder?
I had a lot of different morphing sequences, man. It was like, sometimes we had to look at the episodes. Like, honestly, I can really say I worked with so much with these guys that I can't really recall episodes. Like, my little girl watches them, and I'm like watching, and she's like, you remember this day? I'm like, shh, I'm used to it. I don't really watch it like it's me, kind of. I watch it and I see them on TV, but they're my friends, so I don't, I tease them a lot and stuff, but that's just what I do, But they're my friends. I don't look at it as anything like that. But the morphing sequences were definitely confusing. I remember in Turbo, it was like, okay, let's just turn the car to the left. No, yeah. Preachy, okay, it's good. I was like, what are we going to do? Like, just turn the car to the left. Oh, yeah, we do that. Whoa. Whatever. Turbo, yeah.
Zeo was the hardest because we had to connect and we would fit in a face.
Yeah, that's right, because we all had to do it at the same time. So somebody would be off, we reshoot it. Someone would be off, so we had to do it in sync.
Yeah.
If we did individual shots, it wouldn't be that big a deal, but we had to be like, ready, you got to go. Come on, dude.
Where?
Right over here. This one's for Jason. You mentioned earlier the superpower beatdown, you and Scorpion. Really awesome. Good job. Every time I watch that, though, I think to myself, is there any chance we're going to see maybe Green Ranger in the near future?
Well, Aaron from Bat and Son, very talented guy. He came to Texas and stayed at my house, and Tammy met him. That's who Bat and Son is carrying. Me and Tammy's reality show, My Morphin' Life. We covered about 12 episodes last year. I filmed all last year. But I put the cameras down when it really got real. Tammy's like, yo, they should really see you now. Put the cameras down. Be quiet. The cameras aren't rolling. We did like 12 episodes. She fought in Thailand. Did world record.
She's amazing. An amazing.
Yeah, wait till you see her. She's tough. She beats up a lot of guys in the school. She's awesome. But Bat and Son. So yeah, that was the question. So we're working on something very special with them in regards to this original series or a Green Ranger series. We're working, and I want to work with that guy because he's very talented. I mean, and it's funny because Tammy's like, she was telling me yesterday, like, I'm really not into stuff, and I'm into stuff. I'm like, what? I already know what she's going to say. I'm like, you're not into Power Rangers? Just tell them what you're not into. She's like, well, no, I don't mean that, but that fight scene was pretty cool. It was a good fight scene. So I like, they're just talented. So we'll see. I told him to do the green in the very beginning when he wanted to do this, but it made the White Ranger pretty popular in the end. And I don't care. I'm either one. I mean, I don't know why they embraced the green. I mean, I don't know why they brought me back as the green. Well, they brought me back as the green. I thought they should have brought me back as
Well, because the
doctor.
green's become like a bit of a legend now.
Yeah, but I want to be a doctor.
Casey has a question.
First of all, pleased to meet you guys. I want to first of all congratulate the three of you on putting down the violence on the show. Everybody always says there's too much violence on television and children are exposed to too much. I want to say good job on that first. And this question is for Jason. Jason, I was wondering, in the Mighty Morphin movie, what was the most difficult or the best battle sequence to do in the film?
Well, thank you for comment. He said the Jamaican guy. What did you say?
Oh, yeah, the purple Jamaicans?
It's just fighting him it was cool. The dinosaur thing, I didn't get a chance. I wanted to do backflip up a tree, but they wired people. And I think that's how it was. Like, oh, you guys can't do that. Like, come on, man, we want to do it. But in reality, you're putting up $80 million for a movie. Something gets hurt, the movie stops, and so they're very protective over that. But I don't know if there's anything more difficult than a TV show. We just battle like we always do. It was like battle, battle, win, 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 row, row, row.
And one last thing, Jason, I was wondering if you could do it for me one time. It's Morphin time!
It's Morphin time!
He was coming to me, I was nervous.
They'll grab the microphone like.
I can see my ABCs if you want me to.
Backwards from Z.
Oh yeah, Z.
Constipated right over here. You ever stand there with a console like say you're off and goes backwards like I can't even say that like sober. What are you talking about?
Z. Oh, first of all, I want to say thank you. You guys kind of molded me to the nerd I am today. So first of all, I want to thank you. Then I got a question for all three of you. Pretty much, I had two questions, like one just off my head. But if you had a chance to meet your Japanese counterpart from like the Japanese series, would you take that chance to meet him?
Meet him?
Yes.
Heck yeah, dude. I want to meet that dude. And I was asking him, still alive and everyone, we're like, yeah. I think those original guys are coming back for the season after. They're doing right? They all got back together and they brought the original Japanese guys.
This year they're doing that. They're doing like a Zoo Ranger, then Power Ranger, or Dino Thunder and Power Ranger, and then Power Ranger, all the Power Ranger seasons. They're doing that this year.
I want to wait and have to see when
I don't know. I heard that the guy who was my counterpart is like a soap opera guy now.
He looks the exact same. Like he was on the show like a couple seasons ago, like the Megan Force counterpart. He looks the exact same. Like he never aged. It's weird. Yeah, it's good.
I don't agree too.
Somebody says that about Walter, man, like they're like, black don't crack, you know what I mean? Oh, no, he looks like saying black don't crack.
And my second question was, Jason, last night on Facebook, you were posting some
videos. I know. I was crazy. I get crazy sometimes. I'll paint my face. Well, I have hair paint, so I was like, shh, and I don't have Jenna to play with it, so it's just by myself. I can't just leave it. I'm not going to hurt her. Like, oh, gosh. She's like, no, I can't. I'm like, I can't. Go away. And I'll laugh, but yeah.
It's getting old. What is a joke beside my accent?
No, she says I don't perfect it. I think it's pretty good.
I was asleep and I hear, oh my God.
I have face paint on.
Hey guys, sorry. Big fan from Las Cruces, New Mexico. I just want to say you guys get a bunch of questions all the time. I'm pretty sure there's not one question I could ask you that you haven't been asked yet. But I just wanted to tell you, Jason, it's because of you I love the color green. It's because of you that I never give up. It's because of you that, man, I'm a huge fan, man. Huge fan.
Anybody's character. It was always like we did. I think you look back at it now. I know it's just a crazy script, but we did promote that a lot in years, not to give up. And, I think even just in karate, that's the reason why we're doing that.
Like I said it, I posted it on my Facebook before I came here. I said we all grew up with like favorite cartoon characters like Timeless, like He-Man or Lionel or Goku or Kamina from Gurren Lagann and anime. And we always look at these characters like they inspire us too. We're kids, like you said. And yeah, the show might have been aimed at kids and like forget the violence, but there's other stuff in there like we learn virtues and courage and like all those other characters are fake. Like, well, not really fake. I mean, we can meet the voice actors, like, but we'll never be able to meet the real life Goku or real life Kamina, real life any of those people. But you're here, like you're real. You were on the screen. You were there. That was you. Even though, the morphine, the powers, the martial arts, the virtue, your voice, Jason, and of course.
Remember about Lord Zed?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, right, yeah. They should do more conventions where they bring the guys who are in the suits, around,
Ed did all the Lord Zed stuff, and then, nothing against him, but the voice actor takes credit. And Ed worked, sweated, he was so into it.
Yeah.
But they didn't use his voice. But he was, oh, you! And I'm just like, dang, I mean, you just see the mask, but you hear, oh, you get so much, like, energy to it.
Yeah.
And sorry, like I said, you've already answered, I'm sure, but I have not heard from you guys. What is your guys' opinion, your guys' favorite episode? Going one at a time.
My favorite episode was the power transfer because that's when I became the Red Ranger.
It was cool, man, like the white light, there's the old Who Shot JR type of show, it's old, but the ratings were huge on Who's This White Ranger, it was awesome. Whoa, like, sucker! The Eminem song was it, guess who's back?
My name is Chris Alvarez, I'm from Las Cruces.
Oh, y'all switch. Las Cruces?
Yeah.
I went to Las Cruces. I had property in Santa Rosa. I was trying to think when you said Las Cruces. I had like acres up there, but we sold a long time ago. Santa Rosa or Santa Jose?
Billy the Kid was that?
Huh?
It's known for Billy the Kid.
It was like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I got good property. I went out there. I was like, dude, they're getting water. You got to go on this side, but you can't because it's private property. Why don't we get out there? Kind of stuck in the middle. That's a good piece.
My question was for Jason and Steve. Big fan, big martial arts club. So my question was, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from the martial arts or martial arts in general up to this point?
You don't think I do martial arts?
I'll tell you guys a story, and when I tell you the story, it's going to sound really familiar. You're going to be like, I saw that in a movie, but it's true. It's really true. When I was coming up in martial arts, my instructor, I didn't have the money to pay for karate. My parents didn't have the money to pay, so I went to my instructor when I was 12 years old. I was this nervous kid, and I was like, I want to learn karate so bad, and I'll do anything. So can I clean your windows and vacuum the carpets and sweep the floors and stuff like that? And he said, okay, cool, no problem. And so he kind of he let me work for him in order to pay for my lessons. So I was really grateful for that. But he had this bookshelf in his office, and it had all kinds of martial arts books on it. Every kind of art there was, he had books on it. He was like, you can look at any book that you want, anytime that you want, but there's one book here that you are not allowed to look at. You cannot look at it until you get your black belt. And I was like, cover this book. I would cover this book, I'd look at it all the time, but I would never touch it, but I wanted to see it, and I always wanted to know what was in that book. He said that book has all the answers to every problem in your life And if you look in that book, and you'll be able to find out what the answers are. And so I worked so hard for years. Finally, like 4 years later, when I got my black belt, the first thing I said is, I want to look at that book. And he goes, oh, you took the book? You forgot what I was talking about, because he told me so many years ago. But I never forgot, right? And he's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. So he pulled the book out and he hands it to me. And I open it up, and every single page is blank. And I was mad. I was like, I've been like, pining after this book for like so long, It's like, this sucks, And I didn't get it. I didn't understand. But he was like, he said, it doesn't matter. Everything all your problems you need to figure out are inside you. You just have to figure it out. And then, like years later, the Kung Fu Panda movie came out, and we opened the Dragon Scroll, and it was like blank. I'm like, dude. But anyway, I'm upset about that. I was like, man, I could have been a millionaire if I just made up this story. But the truth is, I probably told that story to somebody, and the writer was like, anyway, but that's one of the lessons that I pulled, is that it's really true, and same thing with jiu-jitsu, like, there's always an answer for everything, you just have to know the answer. There's never really a bad position you can be in or a bad, dangerous position as long as you know the answer,
It's not checkers like kickboxing, it's chess.
Yeah, it's very methodical, yeah. So,
it's crazy, you just learn one little thing, and then you're like, that's the escape. Yeah, you don't do this or do that. You're like, you know what I mean? My lesson, I worked when I was little too. I started at 4, and I had my first shot at 12. And I think all the instructors were like, do that sweep and do it. We just show dedication. I think that's what instructors really like to see, is the dedication and loyalty. And my biggest lesson is, when I started MMA, I just can't morph when I'm in a bad position. So yeah, I can't say it's morphing time. The bad guys don't spark when I hit them. But I've learned a lot of things through martial arts. It really got me to where I'm at right now. And like you said, so yeah, you were saying that it just teaches you to never quit and never give up. It just keeps striving to be the best you can. That's why I love the social media, is I want to teach everybody that. It's a really simple, blank book theory. When you think about it, you look at it like, man, if you work so hard in the book, you think you have all the answers, and you already have all the answers by the time you're a black belt. That's kind of what I thought it was like a porno or something. Go look at that book. Catherine, what was your biggest lesson you learned when you auditioned for Power Rangers? Can you show us what you did? For the audition?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you want to see that. No, these guys work very hard, though. They're very committed and very disciplined. And I learned from watching you guys. I mean, they were so impressive to watch. And I mean, the girls, we were all just dancers, so we just faked it, really. Sorry to crush your dreams.
All the guys were like, you were a dancer? What? Whoa! 20 years later, you don't
Hello, all three. Big fan. My question is for all three of you. Whether it's the TV show or the movies, was there any time when you got taken seriously being a stunt or anything?
I never got hurt. I'm lucky, our stunt team was really good, and most of the time, people don't understand about, combat fight scenes and stuff is that it's all about camera angles. So what seems like, well, yeah, and good stunt guys for sure, but, with some of the camera angles are like, the way that it looks like you hit the guy, but you're like sometimes, a foot away from him when you throw the punch, Yeah. So, it's all about camera angles, and the stunt guys are really good. But there was one time when I hurt one of the stunt guys, I felt really bad about that. Because I had my heavy Doc Martens on, I had the heavy combat boots on, and I was doing like a flying sidekick, and I was just coming in too fast, and I kicked one of the guys right in the face, and he had to get like stitches on his lip and stuff, and I felt really bad. Because that's how you do it. Remember how you do it? Yeah. And anyway, but those guys were amazing. They just kept on going, kept on fighting through the whole scene, and I felt bad about it. But there was no accidents where we got hurt. I don't think. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys, but I didn't. So I felt lucky about that. But
I might have twisted my arm.
did everyone have to carry you?
Yeah, I remember that. No, I don't remember. Yeah, just messing around, I think, with Johnny and just doing stupid stuff like tree flips and missing the tree. And he's supposed to spot me.
I remember that.
Right at the beginning of the movie, I thought my whole teeth were like busted out. They had to put new skin on my face, like a plastic to put makeup over it. Because I had like, you know, right when I started the movie, man, I was drawing. So most of the movies I had to be shot like this and stuff like that. And that, yeah, and other times, I mean, just really, mostly just messing around. But it's part of the game. I think in martial arts, I've been more injured in MMA than anything. Just with bicep tears and injuries and jaw injuries and just part of the game, I guess, except it's real. You know, we can like fight our stunt guys and walk away with it. Plenty of times I hit those stunt guys. When I first came to Hollywood, like I was a real martial artist, and I was doing the Green Ranger saga, and I was hitting them like, damn, they're like, man, ease up. You know, you just learn Hollywood Kung Fu, so that's what I was like, Hollywood Kung Fu!
This is Nevaeh. First off, thank you guys. You guys are a big part of all of our childhoods, and thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. But Nevaeh has a question for the Pink Ranger.
Okay, what's my favorite superhero? Favorite superhero?
I like She-Ra. Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite? Wonder Woman. Yeah, I like her too.
My son wants to jump on here too. He's an attention on.
Sure.
How do you force the swords to your hand?
how many swords do we have? How many swords?
Zords?
How do you force the swords to your hand?
Oh, how do you force the swords to your hand, like when they come to us and stuff?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's just we know how to work the weapons and stuff, and so like I can say like Saba, and then they'll have to listen, and then wham, you know, the weapon goes in my hand.
And sticking with the trend of young fans, this little guy has a question to ask you.
What's up, buddy? What's up? Hey, just talk to me. Who cares about the mic? We can hear you. It's okay, man. Just what is it?
I like you with your Saba sword. I'll say.
Look at me. Look at me. Hey, what's your name? What's your name, buddy?
Zachary.
Amber? Zachary. Nice to meet you, Zachary. What else do you have? Saba?
And I like your fight moves.
Thank you, buddy. You karate? I'll teach you a special move later, Zachary. Zachary, I'll teach you a certain move later for public speaking. That's the number one fear in America, you know that, public speaking. It's hard. That's why we teach kids to. Yeah, come on, buddy. I remember like the big appearance at the mall. It was me versus Santa Claus. You know, like Tom versus Santa Claus. I mean, views everywhere. We had like 5,000 people, and I remember there was like 50 people in the Santa Claus line. It was awesome though. But it was funny because the kids, I guess, might have saw Santa Claus. So you know, they like sat in my lap. They're like, you know, sitting on my lap, like ready to ask a question. I'm thinking, oh, buddy, Santa Claus over there.
Okay, we have a few more questions from the back.
All right, it's nice to meet the Brendan.
Thank you, guys. It's been upon the Jew Ranger, Alba Ranger in the Go Ranger versus Go Buster movie in Japan. When inevitably Go Ranger is adapted to Power Rangers, and if Saban does the adaptation of it, and they asked you guys to be a part of it, would you?
I would. I did Super Mega Force Japan, you know. I mean, I'm trying to work on the Green Ranger series. That's what I really want for Spawn. I mean, yeah, I'm just, you know.
The story was right, and it would have to be with these guys, you know, with my classmates.
Yeah, what
You
you
know.
Is that a White Ranger? Is that a White Ranger kid or a doll back there? Yeah. The real, raise your hand, White Ranger. Oh, okay. You know, I was doing the 3-foot White Ranger doll out from my.
Yeah.
It was awesome, dude. Awesome White Ranger, man. Man, you need to find one thing squirmy.
Did you have to share a trailer, or did you have to share a house or apartment, and where did you sleep?
For the show?
Yes.
We had to share a car once when we didn't have a trailer. We had to share a car to change.
We had when we were at the set, we had our own dressing rooms, and then when we shoot on location, we have trailers. Does that answer your question?
Oh, it's all right in there, wasn't it? Kill Donald Duck! Like the monkey in the zoo, like. Whoa, man, look at that monkey.
Last year I asked this of David and Walter, so I guess I'll ask you guys the same. If you could, or all three of you, if you could have had a choice of which color you could have been on the show, which would you have done?
I was pretty happy with the colors. I mean, pink on the weekends, only on Friday. I was pretty happy. I was able to be 5 different colors. And honestly, like, my favorite color was black. And I don't wear a lot of green, but black. So when I was a Black Ranger, I was like, oh, about time, man. Like, all black in my closet, you know? But then, colors through. And sometimes I forget I was the Red Ranger, too. Like, Red Turbo, that's always left behind. Zeo. But I was fortunate to be a lot of different colors. I mean, and I was happy with the colors. But if I would prefer the colors now, I probably, I just look at what colors I wear, like in real life, and black would still be, but then it's like green's kind of, my whole closet's like green now. I was just looking at her, she's in pink, and she's in red, like you guys already don't know, because when you guys were little kids, like, oh, we always had the same color. It was like, come on, the kids are smart. Put us in something else that's not all green, all green. I didn't wear green for years either.
Yeah, that's really significant. But I didn't really think I cared so much about the color. It was the characters that I liked. I liked my character. Thanks.
All right. So a lot of us here come to Comic-Con. We're all into different things. Got superheroes. We got Pokemon. You guys, outside of your own careers, what are you into nowadays? It doesn't even have to be nerdy. I love Harley Davidson myself.
I have like a lot of my, jiu-jitsu heroes that I'm like, that I look up to in the jiu-jitsu world, but, it's like, I get it, I understand, what you guys, I mean, when I was a kid, what got me into martial arts was watching Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, and then to be able to go to some conventions and to get to meet him and to meet like Billy Zabka and them, and just be like, dude, you guys are the reason that I got into martial arts, and it's really cool to meet them and get to say that. So yeah, I mean, those are the people that I looked up to, and the people I still look to now, and I always feel fortunate to be a part of people, meeting them and letting them know that they were an inspiration for me. So I get it when you guys say that to us as well. I understand. I don't think like, oh man, this guy's crazy. They watched the show 20 years ago and they still like it. It's like it's great. I mean, I watch Karate Kid all the time still. So I understand.
Was it your question, just real quick, what we like to do, or what our superheroes?
What are you into nowadays?
What
do you do today?
Me and Tammy, my wife. Tammy, stand up, say hi to everyone. They're falling asleep. Stand up, wake up. Say wake to everybody. And say hi. All my creations are always talking again, more talk. We love skydiving. She's a phenomenal skydiver. We love flying the tunnels. I love base jumping. I just did my first base jump in November off the bridge in Twin Falls. Love karate. I really do love like the social media stuff. Like that's why I like the Instagram I'm hooked on. Y'all follow and someone said, say something cool to me, and I said, like a good neighbor, State Farm is here. Today I just posted it. I was like, I guess that's cool. But that's what I love doing. And I love karate. Like, I'm very passionate about teaching. Like I really do love teaching the kids. And most people think my favorite class to teach, for me, because I've been doing it, is the 2-year-olds. And the only reason why they're super hard to teach, but the parents are so impressive when you can teach them 4 moves. Show mommy. Yeah! 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 Dad came and punched that good. It's like, what? That's just the stuff I love, and I love coming to the cons now that I actually understand a lot of stuff about the show. I learned a lot. I mean, I got a bit of a head start learning about everything. But so I love to do it. And of course, being a father and husband and all that stuff.
My life is a little bit about kids at the moment because I have 2 beautiful children. But so my life, yes, my daughter made this for me. Oh, great. All right.
I can't even do that either.
It's so hard. I mean, guys, write this stuff. It's like
she busts them out too, like fast.
Yeah.
I made you green, white, red, one of them.
And I have a morbid fascination with documentaries about serial killers. Really weird.
Yeah, but your husband told about your husband.
No, I'm not discussing that. But my husband's a serial killer.
When he sprinkles Fruit Loops and Cheerios around people. Get a serial killer.
That's my dark side.
I used to watch them, but Jenna freaks out. Your kids don't freak out with stuff.
I like to watch it with my children.
Well, I mean, sometimes I just want to watch what I watch. I get stuck with Disney in the house.
I watch Disney all day long, and then at night I don't like it.
Question for you. I read something on the internet that said that you hurt your back, and that's why Justin became the Turbo Ranger.
That was just
that was just for the movie. Yeah, no, I didn't get hurt.
Oh, okay. And then the movie
question
you did.
back here really quickly.
The movie you did, I seen it like about a year and a half ago.
The Dragon Warrior.
When I seen it, it was called The One Warrior.
Yeah, The One Warrior. They just released it now at all Warriors.
And
That's the Dragon Warrior one. Yeah, that movie was just released in Walmart. It was worldwide, and then
it's different.
It's the same thing. It's just a different name. Yeah, it's the Dragon Warrior. It's a video game based thing, and I did it because I like James Russo and Donnie Brasco and Dominic Keating, and it was just a long time ago. They just released it, so I released on set for those from a while ago. So I'm glad it's released now, but it's got some similar Power Ranger stuff. A few Ranger things in there.
There's so many steps to getting these movies released and made, and it's crazy. Just, yeah.
Battle Sims quick though. They did that like within a month, 2 months. That work came so fast. I thought, maybe 3 years from now it'll come out. Like, boom. Like a month.
We have one last question back here.
So thanks again for coming out, guys. And I'll just make my question fast. Do you ever end up watching Power Rangers on TV these days with like your kids? And if so, is that surreal, or are you like, awesome, this thing I was part of is still on, kids still love it these days? So
I actually got to understand the show when I watched it with my kids. I was like, what is going on? Like, what episode are we shooting? What's going on here? So now I'm like,
all come together, yeah. I don't watch too many episodes, but like a couple of months ago, there was this guy in LA. He has a copy of the movie, the actual print, of the real movie. And, huh? this guy has the whole movie, and he loaned it to this movie theater, and they showed it for one midnight showing.
Oh, yeah, I have a picture of that.
Yeah, yeah.
I put it on Facebook.
I was there, because I went and did a Q&A. Yeah, but yeah, so I went there and I did a Q&A, like what I'm doing with you guys right now, and we sat there for like maybe like an hour before the movie, and then we watched the movie together, and I sat down, it was the first time in years that I watched the movie, and I was like, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? Like, you were filming the whole time, but by the time the movie was done, after all the promoting of the movie and all that stuff like that, and you know, the rigorous like schedule that we have with it, I was just like ready to be done with it, you know? And I never wanted to watch the movie ever again. And then when I watched it again, you know, I was like, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty cool, you know. It was cool. It was nice to be a part of something that, you know, one, nobody's ever going to be able to take away from you, and you know, just was able to touch so many lives. It's just really a cool feeling, you know.
I remember Jenna, she does all these awesome flips and kicks. She's good. Like, if you just check her out, she does like, I was thinking of Steve because he does the double backflips, and Dave does that. And I used to do the round off back handspring like once, but she just busts little moves. She's always like, I'm the next big ranger. So we watch, sometimes she watches Power Rangers. Like one time, me and Tammy, we did like a movie night, like we heard on the radio, like build a little tent and watch a movie. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Out of all the movies, like, you know, I'd shift the Power Rangers like over here. I'm like, look at the dogs, and they got this movie. And then she's like, how about watch Power Rangers? I'm like, oh, yeah, we've seen that one, but we can watch it. And of course, she picks it and loves the idea. And then she'll see like older, well, the newer seasons. Be like, yeah, that's Power Ranger. I was like, no, baby, that's not. She's like, what? I'm like, it's a rip-off of Power Ranger. She knows all these guys, you know, she's only allowed to watch up to a certain season. She doesn't know that's just what she has. So it's crazy to be a part of that with the kids and seeing the toys. And then with the Dino Thunder, now I got what we all do because of Netflix. You know, like I said, sometimes people come up and like, oh, watch Power Rangers, and they got kids, and you know, and then they're like, you make me watch all the time. And like, actually, you do, Daddy. Shh. That's a big moment in my life right now. Real quick, a few things, because I know we got the Q&A. Just a couple things going on this year. I got going on, as I told you, the reality show premieres February. We're going to show the premiere in Wizard World in Portland. I'm on the Wizard World tour. A few other things going on with the Bat and the Sun. We're going to film some stuff with them. Super Mega Force comes out whenever that comes out. I'm not too sure when that comes out, probably March, April-ish. I know we're all going to be together again at Lexington. And we're always available by Facebook or social media or stuff like that. I know Steve's here for 2 days. I think we'll be here tomorrow too. Me and Catherine got to fly out afterwards, but we'll be here for one day. We'll, you know, be at the tables and anything else you all want to tell everybody before you know leave. Or...
Thank you for having us.
I'm working on a social media karate class to teach people from around the world too. So just stay tuned on Facebook on that. It's going to be pretty awesome to teach people around the world from my home dojo. So anyway, thank you guys for coming. You guys are awesome.